at no point would you have predicted that. Well, actually, I think you guys on the radio maybe did predict this, that they'd win Game 6, come back for Game 7, and then disappoint the fan base even more so. You spent your holiday weekend watching this game. You must feel like it was a total waste for you, buddy. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very familiar. Honestly, very familiar undertones, considering what this team continues to put their fan base through year after year after year. And tonight was very cruel. It was cruel and yet usual punishment. Cruel and yet usual punishment. This is how it works if you're a Maple Leaf fan. And being in the building again throughout this playoff run, there's been a lot of highs. You know, they've had a very good regular season. I thought they played very well against Ottawa, and there were so many ebbs and flows, and yet there was always this voice in the back of my head, and I think I can speak for a lot of people that follow this team, that was always saying, be careful, coming to a conclusion that it's actually different. Because I've been asked that question so many times throughout the year. Do you think it's different? And in some ways, it did look different. In some ways, it did feel different until we got to tonight, where now this is what seemingly happens all the time. Over the last 9 years in the Matthews, Marner, Nylander era, whenever they get to a game like this, they fall flat. Yet this was as flat as you could possibly fall. I mean, as bad as it was in Game 5, they saved the worst for last. This was a horrible performance from top to bottom. Florida came in here and completely dismantled the Leafs. The mood got darker and darker as the evening went on. But again, as I said, cruel, yet usual punishment when it comes to the Maple Leafs in a game like we saw tonight.